And welcome back to the zone. I'm Brant,
I'm Jay.
and
That's it.
I guess we don't have Chris. No. Unfortunately, Chris can't join us this week. We told him he could pop on if things change, but he's taking care of Tommy and some stuff going on at the house. So, um, yeah. So hopefully he'll be back with us soon. But this week is just Jay and I. And we're gonna have kind of a chill show, talking Marvel. This is episode 432 of Zone 4, your favorite weekly podcast talking about comics. Hopefully it's your favorite weekly. If it's not, well, hopefully it's one of them.
It is.
It is. It is. It's your favorite.
There is no other.
And as your favorite, we are proud members of the Comics Podcast Network. You can find us on comicspodcasts.com each and every week. So go check us out over there. And go follow us on social media. We have a Facebook page at Zone 4 Podcast. We have a Facebook group, Zone 4 Legionnaires. You can look that up. And we try to have some conversations on there. It's not as active as I'd like, but you can check it out. Follow us on Twitter at Zone 4 Podcast as well. I don't think we have an Instagram for Zone 4 yet, but there actually is a Twitch, but there's nothing up there, so don't even bother with it. But you can also find us talking about Zone 4 stuff and podcast stuff in the Comic Frontline Discord. There's a podcast board on there, so if you want to join the conversation, come find us there.
And anybody who doesn't know, the link for the Discord is in every single video description. There is a link for it, and it's also on comicfrontline.com right up there. So there's always a link for our Discord.
Absolutely. Cool. And let me just post some of this promotional stuff to tell everybody that we are live, and we can start talking about some stuff, some things and some stuff and some things. Because that's what we do.
That's the kind of things and stuff that you
need. All right. And let me close that. All right. And we already got a bunch of people in the chat. That's awesome. Thank you guys for tuning in. Yeah, 8 viewers right now. That's just to start it off. That's awesome. Thank you guys. I see Legends, Scotty, Tevia, to name a few.
Sam Down was in there. I saw him. Yeah. Also, who else was? I know there was someone else, Patrick Holmes, because I've been seeing him a lot on our shows. So thank you, everybody, for being supportive of our site and of Zone 4 in particular.
Yeah,
Johnson's here. Justin is here.
Nice. Yeah, I had it on top chat. I just changed it to live chat, so now I'm seeing more people. Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. So thank you guys so much. All right, so we are going to be talking about some Marvel stuff this week. But guys, if you have any questions, comments, anything you want us to talk about, leave it in the chat there, and we'll address as much as we can. This is going to be a chill show, so we're just going to be kind of randomly talking about stuff. I think the theme of the show is kind of Marvel, so if you want to talk about Marvel stuff, that'd be great. But if you have any other stuff you want to talk about, that's cool too. So we'll just keep it flowing. But yeah. So you want to start with the big thing, the trailer?
Yeah, let's go right into the trailer. I mean, that's the big topic of our Marvel.
Yeah, and especially since I didn't get to be on Frontline Live this week, I am feeling much better, guys. By the way, anybody that noticed my missing.
But he could make a relapse at any time.
Could make a relapse, like Tuesday, right before the live show. That's an inside joke. We'll see what happens. What did you say?
No, I just laughed.
Oh, okay. So so I didn't get to talk about this. I talked a little bit about it in the Last Impress newsletter, but other than that. Captain Marvel trailer, teaser trailer was released, and personally, I thought it looked amazing. I think you wanted a little bit more out of it, Jay, if I remember correctly.
I thought it was amazing too.
Oh, maybe it was Kat. Maybe it was Kat that wanted a little bit more.
Yeah, I think Kat wanted more of it. Yeah, me and you were both like pumped for it. We thought it was really good. Kat was, I think, the one who said that she wanted more from it. But yeah. Again, I'm with you. I think it was an amazing trailer. It definitely sold me on like the premise of it, which is a little bit different than what we been thinking it was going to be.
Mm-hmm.
So I like that. I like that, they're going a little bit different with her origin, because they're doing this whole, she was abducted type thing. And then, her memory is wiped away, and she's comes back to Earth, and she starts to have these flashes of her origin, like of her real life. So I like that they're going that route with it. And I like that they also tied her origin into, um, Nick Fury, and makes it so that she is essential to him being in Shield right now. Like, that's why he saved her for the big gun. Like, when he met her, he was about ready to quit, he said in the trailer, and then he met her and he decided to stay. So if it wasn't for Captain Marvel, Nick Fury would not be the director of Shield.
Yeah, that's a good point, and I love that they're tying that closely together. It is unexpected, and the twist that she doesn't really remember that she's from Earth and all that, and whether it's going to be a series of flashbacks or if it's just going to be, I don't know how they're going to do it. If they're just going to show us up front and then she's going to have to remember it throughout the film, I don't know. But I think that's an interesting take on it as well. Not something that we've seen, but it's going to play up more of her time with whatever core this is. I'm assuming she's on some kind of Kree squad or something. I don't know. I'm just excited to find out. But
sorry. The green uniform is that she's on the Space Force, which is their like army, their military. Yeah. So she's on there, and Captain Marvel is like the commander of their squadron or something. Yeah, that's what I hear what's going to be about. But yeah, I thought it was really cool, like you said. So
cool. Yeah. The one thing I really loved about it was the theme of strength for her throughout, and especially you see that GIF going around that shows her like clenching the fist at 4 stages of her life, and just kind of showing that she's dealt with adversity from the very beginning and had to stand up and show that she's strong and independent. And I just love that theme for this, that she's really had to become a hero in all aspects of her life, and it's going to play out into the Marvel universe and the larger universe, especially with the repercussions of Infinity War going forward after this film. So I can't wait and to see how they handle the scrolls and what they do with that. And visually, I was really impressed with it, because and we had kind of speculated about the green uniform was going to change colors later on as she became her own, and they actually show that and confirmed it. And I think that's really cool, and it shows that she keeps that heritage. And I don't know, I'm so hyped for this now. I can't wait for it to get here.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Like, I think it had a lot of the things I wanted from it, and some things I didn't know I wanted from it. Like throwing in little things like the blockbuster there. That was like a fun little nod.
That was hilarious.
Very 90s. The punching of the Skrull on the bus. That was pretty cool. Getting a chance to see a Skrull. That was cool. And I didn't know. I didn't think we were actually going to see one of them on there. But and then we get to see a little bit of her past too, like how she was abducted and all that. So we got to see these little flashes. It's interesting to put them all together, So that's why it gives you a lot of information, but doesn't tell you really a whole lot, Yeah. Like, it's one of those things where you get all this information, but it's jumbled, so you're not really sure. It was a really good teaser because it makes you want more.
Yeah, and honestly, I'm not sure that I want to see the full trailers going forward, because I think this was enough for me personally to kind of whet my appetite and just kind of keep me, pumped for it. I'm always afraid with trailers that it's going to give me the best parts of the movie, or it's going to spoil parts of the movie, and it often happens.
A lot of them do.
Yeah, so I'm honestly not sure if I'm going to watch any more of them. If I'm just, if I can restrain myself and refrain from doing that, I think that would be good for me, because it would enhance my viewing experience. But we'll see what happens. If everybody is going crazy for a trailer, I'm going to be like, yeah, I got to see what's going on. But
Yeah, I'm going to watch them all because I like watching trailers. I don't care. If it's a movie like I'm definitely going to see, I don't care. If it's a movie I'm definitely not going to see, I'll be like, yeah, I don't really care about it. But if it's a movie I'm on the fence or a movie I'm definitely going to see, I don't mind watching multiple trailers of it.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. So, what do you guys in the comments think about the trailer? Trying to see if
Yeah,
anybody.
who liked it, who hated it? Like what was your thoughts on it? Do you think you know, is it living up to what your expectations are of the movie, or do they exceed them? Do they come short on them?
Yeah.
Like Cats, like Cat wanted more from the trailer. Are you on Cat's boat where you wanted more, or are you on mine and Brant where you got more than you thought you were going to get, and it really surprised you?
Yeah. Legend Storm
I think
said.
those.
Oh,
Go
go
ahead.
ahead. I was going to say, Legend Storm said it's going to be huge. Okay, we will fight things in space for no reason. That's
Well, it's
possible.
it's the Kree Skrull War, so it's
Yeah.
like that's what we're getting. We're getting the Kree Skrull War, which is a huge part of the Marvel mythos. So I'm really okay with the direction with that's taken. So I'm perfectly fine with that. I think that's a really great thing that they're doing there.
Who would have ever thought, like 10 years ago, 10 years ago when all this started, that we were going to get the Kree Scroll War on the big screen? I mean, that is just,
I know, especially even just like 5 years ago. I mean,
yeah,
just a couple years ago, people were like, "Oh, we'll never see the scrolls because Marvel can't use the scrolls." But
right.
now we're getting the scrolls and everything else. So it's like it's amazing, like the way that they're doing it. It makes you want even more, and it leads you to more possibilities of what's to come.
Yeah. All right. Scotty said, I totally get the spoiler watch. Sometimes I like going in with absolutely nothing. Yeah. I don't think I've ever managed to do that ever because I always have to watch something. But yeah, I totally get that. And I think that would be really cool, especially, again, like you were saying, Jay, with the movie I know I'm going to watch. Maybe that would be something that would like just blow my mind if I didn't watch any trailers at all. That'd be weird. Um,
Yeah.
Legend Storm said, I love the trailer. It's leading up to my expectation. I feel I got way more than I needed. Okay.
Yeah, I feel the kind of the same way, but it was not like, oh, I got way more than I needed. I shouldn't have done that. It's like I got way more than I needed, but I didn't know that I needed it.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's one of those things like you got something that you didn't know that you needed, and now that you have it, you're glad you got it. Like it's one
Right.
of those things. Like I didn't know I needed all that stuff in it. Like I was expecting a pretty much a bland trailer from it. Like oh, this is Captain Marvel. This is she meets Captain Marvel, and she flies away with him, and then she comes back, and the little adventure.
Yeah.
That's why I thought it was going to be like a basic origin story like type thing,
Right.
but we got a lot of information in this one trailer, which was really great for me.
Yeah. No, I completely agree. MT said, "Are we going to talk about Captain Marvel punching an old lady? That was hilarious." Yeah, Jay mentioned
Yeah,
she punched a scroll on the bus. He didn't say it was an old lady. That was funny. It's just this old lady sitting there, and she's like, "Boom." Love it. Let's see. Tevia said, I am fine for what I got. It looks interesting. Cool. All right.
yeah.
So
I mean,
that's, yeah.
yeah. I
Go
mean, it's like I think especially because it's not even like a full-fledged trailer, right?
ahead.
It's just like um, this is supposed to be like the a teaser trailer of sorts,
Right.
and I think we got a lot more than anybody was expecting for it.
Yeah. I completely agree. So spinning right off of that, and I think you guys talked about this on Tuesday as well. Disney, the streaming service, announced that they were going to be doing these Marvel Cinematic Universe spin-off miniseries or whatever they are,
Mm-hmm.
featuring some of their secondary characters like Loki and Scarlet Witch. I think they'll probably do Hawkeye. Where else are you going to put him? But and it's still
Well, Avengers 4, that's where they're going to put them.
I was looking today, and they still haven't like totally confirmed that it's going to be the same actors. I assume it will be, but I still haven't seen a 100% confirmation that it's going to be Tom Hiddleston and Elizabeth Olsen and so on and so forth. I hope it is. It would make sense if it is, unless they do a flashback story and go younger or something like that.
Yeah. I don't know. They have a big budget, so
Yeah.
so they got like I think it's like $200 and something million for it altogether. It's going to be like 8 episodes each. Each one's going to be like 8 episodes. So it could. I had a problem with it because like Tom Hiddleston just blew up as a movie actor, thanks to Avengers. But when you're in Hollywood, like you don't want to go from a movie actor to a TV actor at the same time,
Right?
Because then movies start taking you less seriously, which is dumb that they do that, but that's how Hollywood thinks. Like a studio would think, oh, they're worth less now because they're on TV. I think it's that whole you're for a more broader audience. So since more people can get you, we don't have to pay as much for you. Like type of that thing. You're overexposed, and I think that's like the stigma that I think a lot of Hollywood has. So I'm not sure if he would do it, but Kat brought up a good point that they can make some deals with them, and I can see him doing it if he gets like a Robert Downey Jr. deal where he gets like look at scripts for future Disney made movies, and gets to have a say so, maybe directing something. I can see him doing some of that stuff, like to make it worth his while, not just money wise, Because I think with these things, they want more of a deal. Like, I want to do something that's going to further my career than just give me some bank. I can make bank doing any movie. I want to do something like that. I can control. I have creative freedom on some stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I completely agree with you. At the same time, I think Marvel and Disney, they like keeping this whole cohesive universe together. Like, I mean, we saw Samuel Jackson on like an early episode of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and it was just like a little cameo, of course. But if they're going to have that character, they're going to translate it over onto the other medium. And given that Disney's streaming service isn't, I mean, it is kind of TV, but it's not at the same time. It's more like a Netflix original kind of thing.
Yeah. Which is another reason why I could see them doing it.
Yeah.
It's still in that gray area for me,
Right.
And Samuel L. Jackson, he's more established, so he has a name where he can do anything he wants, basically. So I can see him even having one of these or being a part of several of these,
Yeah.
But yeah, and what's it? Elizabeth Olsen. I'm not sure about how she would do it either, but I can see like I wouldn't mind a couple of them, like a Vision one. Like I can see a Vision one having one, because they said the non-important, essentially people who don't have real stories in the show. I mean the movies. So I can see a couple of them. Maybe a Shuri one.
Yeah.
Because she's a popular actress. She's a popular character from the Black Panther movie, and I think people would really watch that show. So I think Shuri would be a good one to do. I'm trying to think of like people from different universes, different movies. Like I don't know who would do one in Guardians, because you can't do like Rock and Groot because that would be insane for the CGI budget. Like
I guess you could do like I don't know, some of the like I don't know.
I mean, he's the only one I could see doing it.
Mantis, maybe?
Mantis, yeah, that could be one. I was just thinking Star-Lord because practicality, like he has nothing really that is anything big. Like he has boosters on his feet that so he can fly, but that you can do that easily on TV now. So
I don't know. Tevy keeps asking, what about the Netflix Marvel shows? What about the Netflix Marvel shows? You got to be more specific. But I just think it's cool that they're expanding the universe even more and showing us some side stories, whatever they may be. I'm just excited for it. It's just another level of it. You got the TV stuff, you got the Netflix stuff, you got the cinematic stuff, and now you got the streaming service stuff. It's aggravating. You have to go to 4 different places to get all that stuff. But
that's something that Kat and I were talking about. Like I think we are going to get dangerously close to that bubble of where people are going to be like, I'm going back to cable because I'm not paying $7.99, $12.99, $15.99, $13.99, $10.99, $5.99, for all these services
Yeah.
just to get some shows. I
Yeah.
think, people might get, their wallets might get burned out by it because I can easily see people getting like $100 and something worth of these services for per month, and they're like, I was paying the same price for cable,
Yeah. Yeah. We were just actually talking about that with Lisa's brother last night. And yeah, I completely agree with you. I think I don't know if it'll be anytime soon, but I think there will be a bubble where people or
Mhm.
somebody real smart's going to come along and come up with some kind of service that gathers streaming services. I don't know, but then you're back to cable, which is kind of weird. So Tebia clarified. He said, "Are the Netflix Marvel shows staying?" Yeah, yeah, they're not
As
going
far as
anywhere.
we know, they still have a contract
Yeah,
with Marvel, so Marvel's going to keep them there at least until that contract's over, because they could move it afterwards, or they could just keep them there because it's diversification of their portfolio. They could even come up with the thing that be like dividing it. The same thing with the Hulu show, which is
Mhm.
Runaways. As far as we know, it's still staying on Hulu. Um, so we don't know anything,
I thought
about anything changing hands.
I thought that was moving to a network. Runaways.
No, what moved to the network was the other one, New Warriors. That's moving to a network, I think.
I thought they said Runaways was too. I think we've
Not that
talked
I
about
know
this.
of. Not that I know of.
I'm gonna look it up. But that does bring up another thing we wanted to talk about, which was the future of Defenders, because there was a statement a while back where they said there were no plans for future Defenders, and everybody kind of assumed, okay, well, Defenders is dead because it didn't do that well. Um, so
I always thought it's like a one shot thing, like, oh, this is a one shot show, we're doing
yeah,
this to, I thought they were like trying to bring in more people to the new show, the new format for these characters, and they were like, what's a gimmick that we can use for it? Let's do what
yeah,
they did in the movies, but instead of the Avengers, we're going to create the Defenders. And so I don't think there was like anything like, oh, this is going to be a franchise. I don't think they ever meant for it to be a franchise,
yeah. But at the same time, what I read today was Jeff Loeb came back and said, okay, this is what I said basically. I said there's no future plans right now, but
Yeah,
that doesn't mean that we're never going to do it
never going
again.
to do it. Yeah.
But yeah, and I'm sorry to cut you off
No,
there,
go ahead.
but he also elaborated by saying it also doesn't mean it's going to be the same characters. It could
Yeah.
be anybody. It could be anybody they introduce, as long as they're a defender. He was kind of funny about it. He actually said, and I'm paraphrasing here, but he said, it's not like they called themselves the Defenders or wore a little D on their belt buckles or anything. It's just the name of the show. So, it could be any group of characters that we bring together and just do a crossover miniseries with or whatever. So go ahead, whatever you're going to say. I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying, yeah, like, I think people like take things so literally. Like, I think it's like when people hear news, it's always like black and white for them. Like, there's no plans for Defenders. Oh, there's Defenders is over. That's it. It's like that's it. It's like once they say it, that's it. It's just over. It's done with. They never think like there's just no plans for Defenders right now. Right now they're concentrating on. They have in the pipeline. They have Daredevil 3, and they have Jessica Jones 3 is renewed, and I think Punisher 2 is season 2 is renewed.
Yeah.
So like they're just working on what they have now because Netflix isn't just like a Marvel thing. They have a whole slew of programming that they have to worry about.
Yeah.
Marvel is just one aspect of it, and so I don't think like they're just saying, like, let us just get where we're going. If we see that there's an opportunity or need for another Defenders, we will, and who knows, maybe we'll add more characters. Maybe it'll be a different lineup, who knows what the future of Defenders is on Netflix. So
Yeah.
I just think, chill out, let it come if it comes. And if not, you still got the other shows that, they still have crossovers with it. Danny showed up in Linkage. Colleen showed up in Luke Cage. You know, what's her name? Misty showed up in Iron Fist. So like there's crossovers with them still. So
yeah,
you're not being you're not being neglected with them. So
right.
and there's even a little. Did you see the picture, Brant, from the Daredevil season 3?
No, I haven't. I haven't seen anything about it. I just heard the other day that it was like next month is when it comes out.
Yeah, there's a little picture online, and it showed like Avengers Tower, like he's looking over Avengers Tower or something like that.
Wow, that's really cool.
So it's just, I think that was just to show people that yes, they're still in this universe.
Yeah,
but I don't think there's going to be any crossover with that. I just like they're just showing you like it is in the bigger universe. You know.
that's it. I think if this Disney streaming miniseries go well, I think there's potential to do some kind of crossover in the future. Not anytime soon, obviously, because they're keeping it separate. That's like big cosmic level stuff versus this is down on the street level stuff, which it's fine with me. I would love to see like an Agent of Shield pop up in one of the Netflix shows. It doesn't even have to be like a one we've seen.
I say that
like
too.
Random Shield agents.
Something like you don't even have to have like someone from the show, someone that says that they're Agent of Shield, or any something that shows, because if you're going to have this big universe and you're saying every show is connected to the cinematic universe and every show is connected to each other, then freaking utilize that somehow.
I agree.
Somehow utilize that. Make it like do a news break, like have someone at like a bar. And the news comes on saying that have you seen these teenagers and had the Runaways pictures up there,
Yeah.
That would be cool. That would be a crossover. You don't, it's not, you don't have to pay the actors to come on. You just use their images, which because of the show they had the promo images, they can use them. They don't have to pay anything really extra for that. So it's an easy way to do it. Like there's so many easy ways that they can have those little nods to them, to where you don't have to pay these big crossovers for them or cross-platform things.
Right.
It's all owned by the same studio, and I'm sure Runaways wouldn't mind that because it will bring the Netflix people over to the Runaways, to Hulu. So Hulu's not going to be like, hey, I don't want you to do it, and Netflix would be cool because they'll be like, hey, we can get some of that Hulu people,
Yeah.
So.
And speaking of Runaways, I did find what I was looking for. It was what they did was they played after the Cloak and Dagger finale. Right after it, they played the Runaways premiere episode on Freeform.
Okay.
So I think it was probably testing it out.
Okay. Go ahead.
No, season 2 is obviously still on Hulu, but going forward, who knows? So.
Yeah, season 2 is going to be mass download. It's going to be a binge show. Season 2 is going to be released on my birthday, December 21st, 2018.
Oh, they're doing the whole show instead of weekly?
Yeah, it's going to be all 13 episodes. So yeah, I liked it as a weekly thing because I like to pace it out. I think with that you feel the pressure, like you need to watch all before everybody spoils everything for you.
True. Yeah.
Because especially today, it comes out. It'll come out probably 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, something like that in the morning. Maybe 3 o'clock a.m. on Eastern time, maybe at the most, at the latest, right? So by the time people get done, by the time some people get up, a lot of the hardcore people are already online spoiling this happened in episode 6. Oh my god, I can't believe this happened in episode 7.
Right.
People dude, I was sleeping, or they get up, they go to work, they come home 5 o'clock, and they check their Twitter, and they're like, "Oh crap, you just spoiled the season for me." Yeah. So I like that as a weekly thing.
Yeah, I think that particular show fits more to the weekly format anyway, because at least if it's like the first season, because the first season I felt was kind of, not that it was a bad show, but it was a slow burn for me. It was at times hard for me to get into. It was so slow. And thinking about trying to binge a show like that, I don't think I could do it. So
I know what's the name. I know New Warriors was supposed to be on Hulu, and then was supposed to be on another platform, and now it's going to somewhere else. I think it's going to ABC Family. Freeform. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I still can't get used to calling it Freeform. It took me a long time to call it ABC Family from when it was called Fox Family. Like it took me, which is kind of weird that Disney owns both ABC and Fox, and it was Fox Family, then it became ABC Family.
Yeah.
Just a little like precursor to the whole buyout thing, but yeah. I think the shows have a lot coming out for Marvel for TV shows, but I don't think they had the hype that DC shows have out. You know, like I think DC shows are more solid and more hyped, where Marvel shows are like people forget about anything that's out on Netflix. You know, besides Runaways, like people forget about the the Gifted. People forget about new Warriors coming out.
Yeah,
People
Legion.
forget about Cloak and Dagger, Legion. Like people forget about all those. Like and especially like the black sheep of the whole Marvel TV franchise, Agents of Shield. Like even the network forgets about that show. You know?
Yeah, I love that show. It's a good show.
Oh yeah, especially not the season just passed, but the season before that was phenomenal. That was like the best season of the whole series for me.
I like the last season too, but I do agree that the season before that was really, really good.
Oh yeah, I liked the last season too, but I'm saying like the season before that was like the best it's ever been, and then they moved it to freaking Friday and killed it. You know?
Yeah, I'll never understand that move. Unless
me either. Like they lessened the episode count, they moved it to Friday, and now they're moving it to like midsummer replacement. Like it's not even mid-season; it's summer. Like which of course I'm hoping that they actually tie it into what happens in Avengers 4, because
that would be good.
Otherwise, it would be no reason to have it come out that late. Like it would be no reason unless you're going to set up season, unless you're going to use what happens in Avengers 4 to play out in Agents of Shield.
Which in the past they've done really well.
Season 1 blew up with Winter Soldier. Remember?
Yeah. This last season, they were like, they kind of backtracked. It was like, oh, well, this is coming. It was like, it wasn't really tied in. It just referenced it a little bit.
Yeah.
If they tied it in with whatever happens in Avengers 4, it would be really good. Even if it is the last season, which who knows?
It could be. You never know. Maybe this will go to
the streaming
digital. Yeah. Maybe they're just buying their time with that, and they're like, okay, by 2019, we'll have our site up, So after it airs there, the next season, they could theoretically go to the streaming service and be like, this is our new show. And it has a fan base. Just that ABC does not like the ratings because it's not ABC ratings. ABC wants like your ratings to be up here, and Agents of Shield is normal ratings like here. For any other network, it will get renewed. Yeah. But for ABC, it doesn't get renewed. Like if it was on, I think CW, it would probably be like its #1 show.
Totally. If NBC would cancel it in a heartbeat, they would have canceled it first season. But they're hard. But yeah, no. As far as their networks go, CW gives stuff more time to breathe. So I don't know. You mentioned Avengers, so this was interesting because Avengers 4, they are seeking a fit model for a stand-in for an actor, and it's a very specific casting, and I can't figure out for the life of me who this might be, but they're looking for an African-American male, 5'9", 300 pounds, and they should wear a size 52 by 32 pant size and an 11 size shoe. I mean, you can't be more specific than that in a casting call. Obviously, it's like for a body double stand-in kind of thing, but who in the world would fit that description is what I'm trying to figure out.
I'm trying to think. The only Avenger that is the only let's see.
I mean, 5'9" and 300 pounds. That's and fit. That's pretty hefty dude for 5'9".
Yeah. Baku, like maybe him.
But he's not 5'9". He's got to be taller than that.
That's the only guy I could think that's like that big.
Yeah.
That he could be 300 pounds, but solid muscle.
Yeah. Right.
Because any other, like Michael B. Jordan is definitely not that size,
Right.
unless they want him to be like show that he's bigger now or something. Um, see,
Dave Bautista is a lot taller than 5'9".
yeah,
Somebody
and
MT said Dave Bautista, and they said African American. Don't forget
yeah,
that part either.
yeah. So that would be specific, because if it was David Batista, they could just paint anybody. They wouldn't
Yeah.
need to be a certain race.
Right.
And David Batista is not African American either, so
Yeah.
it's like
Plus he's like, I don't know, 6'3", 6'4".
yeah, he's tall. It's not Black Panther, because he's taller than that, and he's not that jacked.
Yeah.
Rhodey is not that jacked, and he's probably about that height, but he's not that jacked. I mean,
it could be a new character, and they just need to stand in. But I don't know.
Maybe.
I still can't figure out who that would be. That's that big and that short.
Yeah, I have no idea who it could be.
Yeah.
Like, unless they're doing like something like, I don't know. See, it'll have to be someone new or something like that, or maybe an ominous shadow, like something like that, like an ominous like not shadow, because you'll see his maybe from the back or something, like a profile or something. So I don't know who it could be.
I don't either. I guess it could be one of the people from Wakanda that they just need a stand-in for. It could just be.
Yeah, but I'm trying to think like who. Yeah. Like, because there's only a few Wakandians that we actually know that we were, care about seeing in a movie. It's like, well, I mean, like, you're not going to say random guy number 3 on the left,
Yeah, yeah. I was just laughing because MT said Mantis, maybe? Haha.
Wow, I have no idea.
Yeah, it's weird, right?
Mm-hmm.
Such a specific casting. I mean, the specific pant size and shoe size.
Yeah, like
you don't see that often.
This size pants. That means like they had to fit into the character's wardrobe too.
Exactly. Yeah.
So like.
Yeah, usually with casting, it's just like general. It's like ages this to this and weight this to this and stuff like that. But
yeah, who's that like big? Like,
I don't know. Terrax. KOD Atlantics 23 said Terrax. That would be pretty cool, actually. I'd love to see Terrax in these films. But first villain the New Warriors tackled when they came together as a team. Love that. Marvel Wiki, Down Rock Records. Oh, man, thank you for all the views. We got 11 viewers right now. That's awesome. Some new people in here. Jay's muted because he's trying to look up people and figure it out. So, yeah, keep speculating. It's a weird one. I'd like to know who this is. And watch, we're all going to kick ourselves and be like, oh, yeah, Puck would be a good one. I did think about Puck.
That's too tall for Puck.
Yeah, you think he would be shorter than that?
Yeah, Puck has to be like 5'5" or something. Like he has to be like 5'5" or below. Like, because Puck is small. Like, he's smaller than Wolverine Puck. Like, Puck looks up to Wolverine. So Puck would have to be like a shorter guy. They would have to get someone who's like 5'5" or below to play Puck. Or at least do perspective work. And you wouldn't want to say, oh, you gotta be like this height and this weight and this, like, they wouldn't care. They were going to do perspective work. They would, so you gotta be 5'9", you gotta wear a certain pant size, you gotta have a certain shoe size, and you have to have a certain ethnicity. That's a specific character that they have in mind already. So again, the only one I could think of would probably be maybe like how tall is he, the actor? Who plays him?
I'm gonna look that up, but I'm pretty sure he's taller than that. But
I'm pretty sure too. But
yeah, Puck, I think, is even though you say that's too tall for him, I think Puck is probably the best guess. Because he's a character
like. He'll also be too big. Like, wouldn't he be too muscular? Because think about it, he would be like more muscular than like Captain America. Like Chris Evans is not like that big.
But Puck is really stout. So I don't know. I'm just speculating. He's one of those characters though, like Heimdall, that his ethnicity doesn't matter as much in translating to the big screen. Mm-hmm. He's one that they could definitely change. depending, if they found the right actor.
Winston Duke is 6'4".
Yeah, I thought he was pretty tall.
Yeah, so wow. I don't know, like that. I have no idea who it could be.
Yeah, I don't know. It's going to be interesting.
I just want to go see what Chad what's his name? Chadwick Boseman is. How tall is he? Just for fun. Let's see how tall he is. It doesn't say his height yet. Let me see.
You could probably just search for his height and Google it. It'll probably come up.
Yeah, let me see.
All right. While you're looking that up, sort of Marvel-related news. Thor and Loki. I mean, not Thor and Loki. Thor and Valkyrie. Let me correct myself there. Thor and Valkyrie are the new Men in Black.
Anthony Mackie. I'm sorry. Anthony Mackie is 5'10", so that would be the closest one to it. Falcon.
Okay, so Falcon. I guess if he was like, if he got more pumped up, but 52 size pants, he's a skinny dude.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he's still height wise, he's the only one. The only other one I see is below 6 foot is Robert Downey Jr. is 5'9". Emily Van Camp is 5'8". Angela Bassett is 5'4". Let's see. Tom Holland is 5'8". Scarlett is 5'3". Wow, I didn't know Scarlett Johansson was that short. She looks so tall on TV.
She probably wears heels.
Don Cheadle is 5'8". Jeremy Renner is 5'9". So he's the one that's 5'9". So, but I don't think they're going to use. They don't need an African American to stand in for Jeremy Renner. That boy is as white as I am.
Unless things really change after the Infinity Gauntlet.
Wait, who's this? Who does this guy play? Ryan Coogler. Who did he play?
Coogler.
Because he's 5'10", so maybe, and he looks like he's pretty pumped. So let me see.
Downrock
this is going to bug me.
Downrock says it could be an X-Man. It could be. I don't know if they're ready to pull that trigger yet, though. I don't. I think it's a little too soon for that.
Why would they go for? They were. When you hear about the casting before you hear for a stand-in, like.
Yeah, that's true. Black Panther's dad's dead. Spoiler.
Well, they could do that because.
Yeah, they could.
They could do that because.
That's true.
Because they can say that from seeing him in the afterlife.
Yeah, that's true. He would probably be around that height. That's possible.
So I'm looking up Ryan Coogler. I want to see what he is on like who he was on Black Panther, because like you look up like at an actor's height, like they give you all the people who are connected to that actor. So Ryan Coogler came up. So I want to see who he was in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, if he was even in one of the movies.
He's a director.
Oh, a director. Okay, then he has something.
Yeah, he directed it.
Yeah. Okay, so that's not him. I mean, like, I didn't know the name, so that's why I was like,
right.
I knew the name, but I didn't know it. So I went to see. Yeah.
So
yeah, he directed Black Panther and a couple other movies, but I have no idea who they could be.
That's
funny. I'm gonna find that out.
I know
I'll do it
obsessed
another day.
Now. You're obsessed.
No, not tonight. I'll do it another day. I will discover.
I'll have to come back on a future episode of Zone 4. Jay's gonna be like, I got it. I know who it is. But moving on, Tessa Thompson and Chris Hemsworth are helming the reboot of the Men in Black franchise. So I'm guessing just by the dynamic and the look of them that it's going to be kind of like Chris Hemsworth's taking the Tommy Lee Jones role. But I don't know. It's interesting that they put Thor and Valkyrie together in that movie, though. That's going to be kind of funny. I hope they throw in a little joke, a little nod to Thor somehow. I think that'd be pretty cool.
It's really weird that it's going to be Men in Black and it's going to be one male, one female. Like it should be like Person in Black, like or something. Because even though men can be like mankind, call it Men in Black, you assume there's going to be two men at least.
Yeah. Downrock Records says who are you referring to? Who's a Men in Black? It's Chris Hemsworth who plays Thor and Tessa Thompson who plays Valkyrie.
Yeah,
they're going to be the new Men in Black team.
She was so popular in that movie that they actually created the character in the comic books for her, for Exiles. They brought her to Exiles in the comic book just because she was so popular.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
She's really cool in Westworld too. If anybody's not seen Westworld, she's a character in that show. And the last thing that I had topic wise was Eternals finds a director. It's Chloe. Let me see. I forget how you pronounce her name. Chloe Zhao. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but the Eternals, for anybody that doesn't know, is also a Marvel movie. They're pretty much self-explanatory. They're Eternals, but this is going to come in Phase 4. It's going to come way down the road, so there's not much details about it. But it's cool that they've got another woman director on board, and she doesn't have a whole lot of credits. She's done like a handful of films. There's some film that's supposedly really popular called The Rider. I'd never heard of it, but apparently it did really well. I don't know if you're familiar with it, Jay.
What is it?
The Rider, like R-I-D.
I'm not sure. It sounds familiar, but I'm not sure. I would have to look it up and see like what's it about and all that to know.
Yeah,
I see a lot of movies and a lot of shows, so I don't know. It sounds familiar though, but not sure.
Let me see if I can find some information about it. But I'm actually kind of interested in Eternals because that's an interesting one to go to. But it's they did Guardians, so why not? It's another cosmic kind of team. The Rider, it's a Western. Let's see. After suffering a near fatal head injury, a young cowboy undertakes a search for new identity and what it means to be a man in the heartland of America. It came out last year.
Huh. So. I don't know. I'll have to look it up and I might have seen it, but I don't know. Maybe I just saw a lot of stuff about it. That's why it sounds familiar to me.
Maybe. So yeah, that's cool. Not much to go on there, but anybody got any questions or anything you want us to talk about? I know Tevye asked earlier what our thoughts were on Telltale Games closing, and I hadn't heard that. I just looked it up after I saw that question, and it looks like they laid off the majority of their staff and scaled down to a 25-person crew, and they're just going to fulfill the obligations that they have right now. I never played any of the Telltale games. I know Chris did, and I'm not sure if Kat ever did, but I know Chris did, and I know a few other people that really enjoy them. So that's crazy because I know they jumped up in popularity with the Walking Dead games, and so it's a hard industry, I guess. So I guess it's sad to see them go for all those that like them. They do those point and click games. I don't know if you're familiar with that kind of game, Jay, but it's like you click here on the screen.
I've seen a lot of it coming out because I did a lot of the press stuff for the site when certain shows the Batman Telltale game and the Walking Dead Telltale game. I did a lot of the promos up on Frontline for them, so I know what they are, but I never played it or anything like that. So I know it's it's a a lot of people like them because it's almost movie-esque, So I know a lot of people like those type of games.
I like more immersive games where I'm in control of a character and I'm moving through and doing stuff.
You're actually playing.
Yeah, the click and point stuff has just never been my forte, so I never really got into them. But no, it's sad though that they're closing down because I know they did a lot of popular stuff.
Oh yeah.
Um, Legend said Batman Damned and Little Batman being shown. That's what we were referring to about me possibly being sick Tuesday because we
Yeah.
were joking around about talking about that, and they were joking
Yeah.
that I might be sick that day, and I'm like, yeah, that might go a little blue for me.
Yeah, because Brant is not blue, and just by the jokes that we were telling,
Yeah,
I think Brant would be very red, and I think it would be even worse when we're live and we're feeding off of each other live.
yeah.
I was like, Brant might have a little, relapse
It'll,
on Tuesday.
it'll be like what happens when Power Rangers is discussed. I'll be like, I'll be right back, and I'll show up 20 minutes later. Oh, you're done talking about that? Okay.
But to touch on that subject, I don't know. I think people made a lot more bigger deal than it was. Like it was just
like they always do.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Brant saw it, but it was like it's literally like a shadowed version of it. Like it's like in the dark. You can just like barely see it. In like 2 panels. That's it. And it's not like gratuitous or anything. He's actually stripping his costume down because this could be spoilers for anybody. He had just come home from a night where he thought he's thinking that he was shot, stabbed several times. He thinks that he was stabbed several times, and he has the holes and everything in his costume, but there's no blood anywhere. Like there's no blood there anymore. So I'm trying to make it as vague as possible. So like he strips down his thing, and he has the computer do like a complete scan of his body as he's walking, like to make sure he's not like that his brain is okay and all that.
Yeah.
So like there is a reason for it. It's not like, oh, that's just how Batman naked. It's not
that does make more sense.
Yeah.
The way I was taking it was just like, oh well, he felt like drawing little Batman and just did.
No, it's very much like in line with what the story was going for. Like, that's why I'm saying it's not like gratuitous. Was it needed? No, it could have been like completely shaded out.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's not like it's just like completely out there. Like where you have books like also mature rated books like Sex Criminals and all that show it fully out. Image, like every other Image book has like fully out.
Natural. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, and there's nothing blocking it. There's no shadow or anything. I think it's just because it's Batman and he's like one of the 3 pillars like of DC Comics. Right. I think that's why people were like taken so far back by it. But like if it was Batgirl doing that, like if her breasts were showing, I don't think people would actually have that much of a problem with it.
Yeah, that's a point Kat brought up in our private discussions, that it shouldn't be more taboo for women than it is for men, and I do agree with that.
But I think that's the society that we have. Like
it is.
You look at like TV and movies and stuff. They're more willing to show full frontal nudity for a female actress than it is for a male actor. Yeah. Like the male actor, you see the butt shot, where the woman you get to see like they'll do like it can still have a lower rating if you see a woman's breast and the woman's butt. But if you see the guys, anything other than his chest and his butt, like it's a whole different thing.
Yeah.
So
it's definitely a double standard.
Yeah, definitely.
I think no matter which side you land on, whether you're okay with nudity or you'd rather it not be, I think it should be the same for both men and women. That's my take on it. So whatever standard it should be a single standard, not a double standard.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I think like again, this is a mature line. This isn't like DC Universe. This isn't the regular DC comic. This isn't Batman number 55. This is Batman Damned underneath the black label, which is created for mature content. Like if you can't get over the maturity factor, and you gotta make late night talk show jokes about it,
right?
Which we're going to totally do on Tuesday. I mean,
which KLS just did.
I mean, there are people who are like, "Oh, DC's horrible for it." Like, if you can't get over it, then like, don't read a mature book. Like, if you can't handle that, I just seen what Jesse said.
Yeah, that's true. Just don't read it. It's not for you.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah.
You're not going to make it go away. I mean, well, I guess they did because they're blacking it out for future print editions and all the digital.
I wonder they like maybe did it for the controversy to get that, because this is the release of a Black Label book. Because
yeah,
the Batman, what was it? Batman
White Knight. Yeah,
that was retroactively put underneath the Black Label, just like the Killing Joke is retroactively underneath the Black Label now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. I think we're in agreement here, and I probably will be on Tuesday. I'll just be like really embarrassed, but whatever. Moving on from Batman's little guy. People are such babies these days, Tevia says. Scotty had a couple questions. One was a wrestling one because he wants to get his wrestling question in each week. So I'll just answer it real quick. He said, Brant, what do you think of Becky Lynch's heel run so far? I think it's about time, and it's the best thing she could have done because she was just getting buried as a face. It wasn't working. She was just not standing out, so it works. He also asked, since it's just the two of you, would you guys be willing to start a mock comic book draft? Pick the best among all the heroes in the industry for your own pretend comic book companies? I don't know. What do you think? You want for this show or for like a future show? Maybe clarify that.
What's the actual thing?
What
You guys, we want the mock comic book draft. Pick the best amongst all the heroes in the industry for your own pretend comic book company.
So, like, we get to pick from any character out there and just build our own universe. We gotta have limitations if we're gonna do that. We gotta have like a set amount of people we can choose to like start our universe or something.
Yeah,
like that.
or do you mean like our own like team? Like we could put together our own team or something. Okay. So I would definitely have Superman in my universe. That would definitely be.
He said 5 picks each, so we get five.
Let's do this dodgeball style. All right, you're a team captain. I'm a team captain. So so you want to go first?
No, you can because you know you're gonna pick Superman. So.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick Superman. So go ahead.
Well, obviously, I'm gonna pick Spider-Man.
I'm gonna pick Captain America.
Okay, Invincible.
I see where you're going with your team. Let's see, Jean Grey.
Oh man. Man, now it's getting hard. I'm gonna go out. I don't know. I'm torn now. I'm gonna go a little outside of Miss Marvel.
Oh, cool. Let's see. I'm gonna go. Let's see.
Scotty wanted us to do a coin toss. I don't have a coin, man. So
I'll go Wonder Woman. I'll go Wonder Woman.
Okay. So you got Superman, Jean Grey, Wonder Woman, and who was the other one?
Captain America.
Captain America. Okay. All right. So I got Spider-Man, Invincible, Miss Marvel. I need a DC. Batman.
See, I would like to pick a Power Ranger, but like I'm trying to keep like a superhero team.
Yeah.
So because I want an indie person on this team.
Yeah.
You pick like the best indie person.
I know, right?
Know who I would pick? A new guy by Ron Mars. Demigod.
Okay.
He's pretty cool. He's I think it's IDW who releases it. It's Demigod. It's like he's an ancestor of Hercules, and he inherits like his power. So he's like this little skinny guy who changes into this like big muscular godlike being. So
yeah. And just for the record, I'm keeping LEP characters out of this because I would be very biased.
Yeah, that's why I didn't put any of them either.
Yeah, because
we just went with like the big leagues.
Yeah. All right. Let's see, I think I want another DC person to round out mine, and I've only got one girl, so I think I want to go a girl. Oh man, You got Wonder Woman.
Mm-hmm.
Do I
See,
want to go? Do I want
a
to go
DC
Donna
woman.
Troy? Yeah,
Yeah, you got Donna Troy. You got
I think I think I'm gonna
Power
go
Girls,
Cassie.
Girl, Batgirl.
I'm gonna go Cassie Sandsmart, Wonder Girl. Yeah.
Huh,
So there you go.
cool. That's that's a nice. I like that. We went the older people, and Brant
Yeah.
went with the like the younger generation.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. Like we had a different like lineup.
Yeah. Except for Batman, of course. He's like the team mentor. He's my team leader. That's pretty cool. So who would you
Yeah,
guys pick? Leave a comment. That was a pretty fun one. We should kind of like it would be fun to like make a show out of that and like have more parameters and have like a bigger thing and like do a whole like okay this is the premise, the catalyst of our universe or whatever and stuff like that.
hmm yeah.
So
It's almost like when we did our Justice League casting on Comic Frontline. That was
mhm.
pretty fun. Like I like doing these type of things. They're pretty fun. They're cool.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll think about doing that for a future show when Chris is back. Because I would be interested to see how many DC characters he puts on his team. Now he's purposely
I think it'll probably go
go
ahead.
ahead. I was just gonna say if he watches this, I'm sure he would purposely not do that just because I said that. But go ahead.
Did
What
you
were
skip out? Oh.
no, I'm here. What I thought you were gonna say something, so I paused.
No, I think Chris would probably pick like Wolverine from Marvel. I think that would be like his only Marvel character. Would probably be Wolverine.
Probably.
He'll probably want Superman on his team.
Oh
Um,
man, Legend Storm mentioned Flash. I didn't even think about a Flash character. I totally would have picked the Flash character.
well, see, two of my guys are well. Um, most of my people have increased speed. Because you got Captain America who has increased speed, not superhuman speed, but increased speed. Superman is super fast. Wonder Woman is super fast. I mean, she's got the speed of Hermes, so she's super fast. Demigod has fast power. He's not super fast as Wonder Woman and Superman are, but he's pretty quick. So like Jean's a cosmic entity, so that's why I didn't pick Flash.
Yeah. Legend Storm said he would pick Flash, Firestorm, and Vulnerable from Like Father, Like Daughter. That's pretty cool. His superhero, Blue Bow, excuse me.
Blue Bow.
And,
Which I think was actually a DC character's name too. DC
okay.
has a character named Blue Bow. It was a character that they bought from another company, but they like never really used it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Elongated Man. Scotty says, my initial idea would be to make the most profitable and dynamic comic book company. Then you can talk about storylines and super teams. Okay. Kind of like the Raw SmackDown.
Profitable. Then I would go Batman, Wolverine. Let's see. Batman, Wolverine,
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, yeah.
Deadpool,
of course. Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
Like those would be like the popular ones. Like those would be the ones that hey, if you want to sell books, those are the characters you get.
Yeah. What's
Maybe
up, Stay Puff?
Hey, Stay Puff. So yeah, those would be like those would be for profit, because those are the milk cows,
JLS Jesse says, I would have 4 Chuck Norrises and a Superman. That's funny. Yeah. So any other things you guys want us to talk about? Any questions you got? Shoot, because we've gone through our topics. We went through them faster than I thought we were going to. Yeah, we just kind of breezed through them. Didn't have a
See
whole
what we get when we don't have Chris distracting us.
I know, right? We get through shows really fast. Well, except for Frontline Live, no matter what, we're just along on that one.
That's just we feed off of each other too much on Frontline Live.
Yeah, that's true. So future show topics. We'd love to hear that. Throw out some future show topics.
Yeah.
We'll do that. Firestorm said, Firestorm, Ronnie version, He-Man, Big B Wolf, Cade Skywalker, and Jubilee. That's a very interesting cast right there.
Yeah. And not many people would choose the Jubilee, because a lot of people don't like Jubilee because in the 90s she's very 90s.
Yeah.
So a lot of people do not like her. Scotty has a question for you. How's the process for Last Ember Press projects going, Brandon?
It's going really well, actually. We've wrapped production on The Last Ember #1 and Little Ember. Both of those are done in the can, headed off to the printer. PC Pneumatic Cases #2 is in the coloring process next week, and coloring and lettering simultaneously. We're going to get that one wrapped up. I mentioned this in the email today for Last Ember Press that I managed to record like 13 pages of Little Ember lettering. So I'm going to start putting those up on. I haven't decided if I'm going to put up on Patreon or on the newsletter or somewhere. I'm probably going to sprinkle them, give a few here, a few there. But yeah, so if you guys want to see a process, it can be like a sped up to music kind of thing, but you can actually see me lettering the pages. So
that's cool.
Yes, for people that are process junkies like that kind of stuff, you'll get that from me. I'm going to try to do that more often with our stuff, whether it's flatting or lettering or whatever, just so you guys can see kind of behind the scenes and see the process. So yeah, things are going really well there. I think Chris and I are getting back to scripting sessions this Sunday for Celestial Falcon as well. I think he has a little block of time Sunday to kind of work on that. So yeah, so back at it. Been a bit since we've been able to work on it. So Jesse has a question. If you had to pick one character to go the Batman Damned route, who would it be? Now, see, I haven't read the comics, so I don't really know what the tone of the story is.
I guess the only one that would another one that would really make sense for that would be like Iron Man, stripped down and just get the computer to do a scan on him. Like I don't see anywhere else that would be like to fit that scenario to where it's not gratuitous. So I think if anyone else did it, it would just be like gratuitous. Or Superman could do it because the Fortress has the technology too. Wonder Woman I can see doing it because Amazons have advanced technology. John, maybe.
Black Panther,
yeah. I can see him. Like, there's only certain characters in that same vein where they could use that as an excuse. Because, like, it wasn't like he just...
the obvious one, Jesse. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Dr. Manhattan, he's pretty much just naked anyway.
Scotty had a couple of questions. Lisa, ever think about making greeting cards or Valentine's Day cards? I don't think she really has any desire to do that kind of stuff. I think she has made
sets for them. She's done Valentine's Day sets for the clip art, right?
Yeah, I think so. And I think she may have done stationery and stuff like that at one point. I actually have done some greeting cards as well in the past when I was really getting into design stuff. I did business cards and greeting cards and things like that years ago. But yeah, right now her focus is just on the clip art and the wild. That's really where her focus is. And Scotty also says, you guys at Last Ember ever think of getting Little Ember or Last Ember in newspaper funnies? If we did, it would be Little Emperor, probably do a strip thing, but we haven't really talked about that. As far as the comical kind of strips, we have a couple ideas for that kind of comic.
Or to see Tin Town, because it's that was a really short strip. That was a really short. What was it, 2 pages or something?
Yeah, 2 pages.
So I can see Tin Town being in the comic in the funnies.
Oh yeah, that would totally fit the format. We have another property that we have kind of in our back pocket called Gombi. He's a ghost. He's a zombie. He's Gombi. Yeah. I made up that little jingle. And he's kind of like a vaudevillian kind of guy who was kind of bitten right before he died, so he became a ghost zombie. We could do something with him in that format too down the line. So yeah, there's thoughts about that kind of stuff. Downrock Record says the whole Fantastic Four would be his team, I guess. That like the extended family, like they showed at the end of Fantastic Four #2. Yeah, that would be a really cool roster to have. That was a pretty cool scene at the end of that issue. Since I didn't get to talk about that either, I really liked that issue. I think I gave it 5 stars. It was my #1 pick, right?
So. What was your #1 pick?
Fantastic Four.
Fantastic Four, yeah.
Little Ember should be a Funko, Jesse says. That would be awesome.
That would be, yeah, it would be really great.
Yeah.
And even have like Spark be one too. Like that would be an interesting Funko.
Oh yeah.
Like I can even put him like on like a clear stand, like instead of like a body, just like a clear stand, so it looks like he's floating in the air.
Yeah. Or even like have Little Ember with Spark in her hand or something.
Yeah.
Either way, yeah, that'd be really cool.
I know they sell like the customizable ones. They're just like random girl, like standard girl, and you can like make your own female Funko. So that would be a cool thing if someone ever done that. Like, you know, that would be a really cool thing to see. Like a
Yeah, if anybody out there has that artistic ability and you have any desire to take one of those custom ones and do a Little Ember one, I would love it. I'd love to see it. I'd probably pay for it. Honestly, if it was good. Make it good. Downrock clarified. He was saying the whole Fantastic Four for the Batman dude shot. Okay. I guess yeah, they're high tech. Sure. Jay, what's your next statue?
My next statue?
Yeah, Jesse asked that.
What was my first statue?
Maybe he's talking about the Dracon figure.
Oh, Dracon figure? What's my next statue? I don't know. I don't have a statue. This is a figure. Dracon's a figure. I don't know if you can see that. Let me go on to that one.
Jesse just got the Power Rangers one, he says.
Oh, yeah. This is the figure. If I get a statue, it would be probably. I think I have a Superman one coming for my birthday. That's about it. Like, I'm getting that as a birthday present. But yeah, I don't like normally buy statues and stuff like that. I have a couple, but they're like from gifts. Like I have Superman bust. I have Superman statues, like all kinds of them. I probably have like 20 something or more Superman statues, like different ones. Like just people buy them for me for like birthdays and Christmas. You know, like you don't know what to get the comic book guy that like Superman, so buy him something Superman. That's why I don't buy anything for myself mostly, like for that kind of stuff, like toys and all. But yeah, so that would be it. Like, but I am toy wise, action figure wise, I am going to be buying the Lightning collection from Hasbro starting next year. So that Lightning collection that they premiered at Power Morphicon, yeah, it premiered there. They showed like the White Ranger figure that is going to be a part of the first wave. So I'm going to get that. They have like removable heads. They're going to have removable hands and stuff like that. It's essentially going to be like a Marvel Legends figure, but for Power Rangers. They look really cool. So that would be probably the next toy I buy. You know, but this one was from this one was from Ranger Liz. So that wasn't from. I didn't buy that. That was Ranger Liz who gave me that. I won it.
Cool. I don't think I have any statues. Most of what I have right now are Funkos. I still want. A few years ago when we were still doing Hall of Toys, Chris and I, there was a Thanos, it was a huge one. It was like $400, and it was just like super detailed. I wanted that, and he was sitting on the throne. I wanted that so bad. But there's no way I would ever pay that for a statue. I can't justify that kind of cost. But it looked really cool. I would love it. Let's see. Scotty said, last thing you watched on DCU. Sadly, and I know I'm sorry, guys, but I have not watched a single thing on DCU yet.
Last thing I watched, Birds of Prey. I think I started watching that a little bit.
I'd like to go back and watch that again.
Yeah, I still I own the DVDs too. So like I'm watching shows I already own DVDs of. Like, but I like them. They remastered a lot of the stuff that's on there. Like a lot of the stuff's remastered and it looks better. I did watch Wonder Woman this week. Also, I watched Lois and Clark, of course, Superman animated series. I watched some Young Justice. Let's see, I've been sampling like a lot of everything. I watched some Static Shock.
Yeah.
So
I think the first thing I'll probably watch on there is one of the animated movies that I haven't seen yet, because there was the most recent ones I haven't seen. So I know they have the jeez, I don't even remember now, but I know there was a few on there that I hadn't seen yet, so I'll probably watch those. Jesse says I'm going to sign up right before the Titans premiere. Yeah, so not long, right? It's like next month sometime.
October 12th?
Yeah, I think so.
Friday, October 12th. Is that a Friday?
Let's see. Yeah.
Yeah, then it's Friday, October 12th, because it's the Friday after New York Comic Con.
Oh, okay. Yeah, cool. Yep.
The first episodes go premiere at New York Comic Con, and then they're going to do it's going to release on that Friday on DC Universe. Which, since they released the app early, they might release that episode early too. Yeah.
Firestorm asks, "What's the most you ever paid for a single comic?"
I can't say.
You can't say.
It would be too embarrassing.
Was it a lot?
Yeah.
Was it a Superman issue?
Yeah. It was an old Superman book. I paid way too much. A couple hundred for it. So, but it was an essential for me. It wasn't like anything spectacular.
Yeah.
But it was just something I really wanted in my collection. It was near perfect condition, so I just had to have it.
I don't think I've. The only one I can remember that I paid more than like a few dollars more than cover price was honestly the first issue of Darkhawk, because I'd missed it and I found it at a convention, and I think I only paid like $10 for it. But I don't remember paying any more than that for a single issue. I've never been that kind of collector.
Yeah, it was one that I wanted to get.
Oh yeah, no, I totally.
That's the only reason why. It was like, I forget what it was. I forget which issue it was. I got it over in my collection. It's I think it's on one of the boxes over here, or it might be in the box downstairs. I'm not sure, but yeah, I have a couple. Yeah, I mean, I have on that, and I guess the only other ones that would be like, like the variant covers for the Power Ranger Power Rangers Shattered Grid helmets. I paid like $20 for some of those covers, so that's about it.
It's not to say that I wouldn't for something I really wanted. I also never really had the funds to do that when I was like really, really collecting, I'm trying to think. There might have been a variant cover here or there that I paid a little bit more than that for. I don't remember. So yeah, I know I had some variant covers, but they were given to me as payment for Justice League when it relaunched back in 2006, I think, maybe 2007, somewhere around there. It relaunched and then I had some of the Dark Tower like blank variants and sketch variants and stuff like that when it first came out. But they were, like I said, they were given to me as payment for jobs, and I sold them on eBay. So, and I got more than I was owed to pay, so it worked out. Those were the days.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think the closest one that because that was like way back before I had like real bills to pay. So that's why I was able to do that. But
yeah,
Now it's like I bought a couple of the variant covers, I think, just because I wanted to have them for my collection.
Yeah.
I still need one more. I still need one more of those covers. And then I'm going to buy the frame and put them in the frame for when I finish this room eventually.
Yeah.
I'm going to have all the helmet covers in a frame.
I'll tell you what I would pay big money for probably would be the first issue of G.I. Joe from Marvel. I'm missing like the first 20 something issues of that run, and then a few sprinkled issues here and there. But I've got like from I've got like from like 38 through till they ended, and except for a few issues here and there. But yeah, those first 20 or so issues I would probably pay money for if I could. Eventually I will. I'm sure, because I'm a big G.I. Joe fan, so I got to have that whole collection. So,
I just think if it's something you're passionate about, it's okay. But people who just buy it just to have it, no. Like, it has to be something that you actually enjoy. Like, I wouldn't buy Power Rangers, all those variants, if I didn't love the franchise.
Yeah, exactly. It's like I've sold half my collection 2 or 3 times in the past.
I can never do that.
Well, I know, but I had to. Necessity called. But I'd sell
my blood. I sell my blood probably before I sold my comic books.
There were certain things.
I'd be like fainting because I'm too weak from blood donation. I mean, blood selling. I would just be like.
There were certain things. I guess Mike Spider Slayer and I are more alike in that regard than. But there are certain things I would never sell, like G.I. Joe and Spider-Man, except for Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. I sold every issue of that in a heartbeat. I hated it.
Which is understandable because it wasn't the best series.
It was terrible. So I sold all that. But I held on to all my Spider-Man, all my G.I. Joe, all my New Warriors and Darkhawk, stuff like that, and all my
the little series.
Yeah, and all my Age of Apocalypse, because I really love that. I wouldn't touch that. There was something else I wouldn't touch either. I can't remember what it is now off the top of my head, but yeah.
Like, I would never ever sell a Superman ever. Like, no matter what happens, my Superman collection is never going anywhere.
Legend Storm said my most expensive comic was $20 for 2 Loot Crate exclusive comics, one for Brave and Bold and Star Wars. Okay.
Oh, cool.
And Justin says selling comics is fun, makes room for other comics. That's right. Exactly.
I'm too
completist.
Yeah, and I'm like Gollum. They're my precious.
Chris is too. He would never sell his either.
I think Chris would if it came down to it. He might hold on to some standbys, but I think he would sell some of them. Like, some of the other companies. Like, I don't think he would. Like, his DC, I think, would be his last.
Oh yeah, he wouldn't touch his DC. Yeah, absolutely.
But I think like if it came down to it, like, I probably would sell a organ before I sold my comics.
Firestorm.
Like, who needs a kidney? I got 2 of them.
Firestorm said Iron Man #1 400, and it was worth it. Yeah, I could see that. There's no way I'm ever going to be able to afford Amazing Spider-Man #1. That thing is like insane, but I would totally buy that.
Or Amazing Fantasy #15.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Amazing Fantasy #15. Yeah. I don't know why I said Amazing Spider-Man #1. I have a T-shirt with that cover of Amazing Fantasy #15 on it.
I have a T-shirt with it too.
Oh, do you? Yeah.
Yeah.
I got it for Christmas the first year I moved to Texas.
I don't wear many Spider-Man shirts. I have a good bit. I think I have like maybe 15, 20 Spider-Man shirts.
Wow. Yeah, more than I do.
Well, when you can't find a Superman shirt, people buy me other comic book shirts. So I got I probably got like a dozen Captain America shirts now because they stopped selling them more. I have a couple Iron Man, but yeah, I think I have like every single Superman shirt ever made. Wow. I have I even had some that were like custom made from like airbrush places. Like they went to like an airbrush place and got them custom made for me.
Wow. That's awesome.
Just to have something because they couldn't find something Superman related, so they made me something Superman related.
I still don't have a Superboy shirt. I have always wanted the Superboy, the black one with the red Superman.
I have like about 10 of them.
I don't have a single one. I've always wanted it. 2X. but
I
I've
have
always
about
wanted
10 of
one.
them.
I've never gotten it for whatever reason. It's so funny. I think like a couple times when I was because a few times I've gone on Kohl's.com and like ordered T-shirts when they had a sell like 2 for 10 or whatever, or 2 for 20, whatever it was, and they were either always out of my size or they were out of stock. It's like so
I hate that. I hate when they like um I actually, you know what? I had a back order. I had to be on wait because what was it? I think it was which jacket was it? I think it was the leather jacket with the black S on it. I
mhm.
think well, I didn't have to do it, but I was told it was back. No, it wasn't that one because that one I got on Christmas Day, so that wasn't it. Um, it was a leather jacket though. It was I think it just had the regular S on the back of it. But then I have a leather jacket with black on black, like so you really can't see unless you're like up there. Um, but yeah, it was one of them was like back ordered, so I didn't get it for Christmas, even though it was for Christmas. I got it like January,
Yeah.
but and I almost didn't get the Smallville Letterman jacket when they first came out because they didn't have like they had the size, but the way that they said it was like yeah, like it was weird like to shop for it. I had to like look around for the size for it because it wasn't like where it should be like with the other sizes. It was in a different area or something. I forget what it was, but it was like a big mistake. Like I had to call them up. I was like, "Do you have this?" And what sizes do you have this in? They told me. I was like, okay. I said because I can't find it on your site. They showed me how to do it,
Yeah.
but it was like a weird thing. Maybe it was just like a glitch in there or something.
Mm.
But I had that Letterman jacket too. Like that's one of my
Nice.
pride and joys. Like having a Smallville High Letterman jacket.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I went to Smallville High now, people, and I
That's
made the
awesome.
varsity team.
That's awesome. That's something people don't know about me because I always talk about Spider-Man so much, and I'm such a huge Spider-Man fan. But I'm like a huge Superman fan too, and
Yeah. Oh
I've
yeah.
probably got more Superman paraphernalia than I do Spider-Man, except for like posters and like prints and stuff like that. But
Yeah. Like I'm a huge Spider-Man fan too. Like I think
yeah,
people just see this like as our main character, and then they're
yeah,
like, that's what they identify you with. But yeah, like I'm honestly a fan of any character that is does good for the right reason. Like
yeah.
if what people call a Boy Scout character, and Peter is one of the Boy Scout characters. A lot of people
Hmm.
don't think that, but he is. Like
Oh, he
because
totally is.
even though he comes out of the grief for the loss of his uncle, he's still a Boy Scout character because he does it for the right reason. He just knows that it's with great power comes great responsibility. To get
Yeah,
to that lesson was a go around, but he still does the lesson like that.
yeah. I think the difference is the way they live and they're brought up and stuff. Like
Yeah,
with Superman, he had this wholesome family, and even though he had loss and everything, it was a different kind of loss. And where Peter, he's had to struggle his entire life, and it's that kind of thing. So it's a different take on the same kind of principles and things like that. So they
hmm
both appeal in different ways. Um, Jesse said that Justin's friend was going to spend $1,500 on a Captain America jacket. That's a lot of money for a jacket.
Yeah, I think mine cost like 150 or something like that. It
Yeah.
wasn't that bad. Like um, I got I have the Smallville red jacket, the Smallville blue jacket, the leather jackets, the one that Tom Welling wore as Superman, well as the red blue blur. I had the
Yeah.
black jacket like that. I had the black on black leather jacket. I had the Smallville Letterman jacket. Um, I had the other leather jacket with the regular S on the back of it. I think there's like one more I have. I think I have 7 of them. I never wear them though.
Yeah. Justin
It's
said
weird.
Justin said he bought it, or he bought it, and his wife ordered the $4,000 Wonder Woman costume also. uh, Custom leather looks awesome, like Rocketeer style. Okay, if that's cool, Like Scotty said earlier in the chat, if it makes you happy, it's important to you. Go for it.
That's a lot though for a Wonder Woman
It
costume.
is a lot of money for a Wonder Woman costume. Maybe they're are they cosplayers, Justin? Or are they just? They just like the stuff. I'd be curious about that because I bet cosplayers spend like a lot of money on that kind of stuff too.
Yeah, I know a lot of people who are cosplayers. They're actually a lot thriftier than people think they are.
They make a lot of their own stuff too.
Yeah, yeah, like they make a lot of that custom stuff. Like, a lot of people use like the foam and stuff. Like, I know like a lot of people that do like Power Rangers, especially like with the shields and all that.
Yeah.
They use the foam, and people like even like boots and stuff. Like, I think that's like the big splurge that a lot of people go for. Like, and probably for Power Rangers, probably helmets. But like for regular cosplay, like a Superman cosplay or something, you're probably going to pay the most money for your boots.
Yeah. Justin said she is a cosplayer and a fitness model type. So yeah, that fits. Red Tyler, what's up? In high school, I used to trade comics with Justin. Okay, that's cool.
Oh, cool.
Awesome. Well, welcome to the show. And we got 11 viewers right now. That's awesome. It's like I was wanting to wrap up, and we keep getting more viewers and more conversation, and we're just having a good time.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Chill shows are really cool to have.
Yeah, I wish Chris could have joined us, but understandably he couldn't. It would have been fun, but we had fun without him. He's just missing all the fun, is what I mean. All right, but we probably should start wrapping up. We're about an hour and a half in, I think. So
yeah, we're pretty much an hour and a half yet.
Yeah. So any last comments, any last questions, any last topics you guys want us to talk about it, and then we'll wrap it up, and we'll be back here next week for another episode. So we'll just give it a second for anything to pop up here. And I'm sure you guys noticed that I did get rid of that enable slow chat thing. I make sure I double check it every time now that I know where it's at, just to make sure it's unchecked. Started streaming 2 hours ago, it says. Okay.
2 hours? Oh, that's because that's when you set it up.
Oh yeah, I'd set it up when we were sitting here with it empty for like 10 minutes.
But we came on like a couple minutes after 10. It was like 10:02 or something like that. 10, maybe 10:10. Because I came on, it was like 10 o'clock or 9:59, somewhere around that, and then we talked for a couple minutes. So yeah, we were like 5 minutes after. So it was about an hour and a half.
SM Down said he asked a question. Let's see. I'm trying to find it. Oh, it's for EJ. Why don't you wear them? I'd wear them to a con dressed as Clark and high schoolers.
Because I don't want them to get ruined. My fear is like if I went to a con, someone would spill something on it, or it would get. First of all, I haven't been to a con in years because, work and everything. So I haven't been to a con in years. But cons are packed. Like people like walk around and like I know cosplayers who like spend money on costumes and they get ruined. I go with the very easy casual cosplay. If I cosplay at a con, it's very casual. I just go as Clark Kent, regular work clothes, unbutton the shirt a little, have the Superman S showing on a t-shirt underneath it. That's simple. Or I go as Superboy, t-shirt and jeans. That's it.
Yeah.
I'm not one of those people who are going to get dressed up in a full costume and all that. That's just not who I am. I also went out for Halloween a couple years, like with my friend. We went out with kids and all, like to escort them, and I would dress up as Clark Kent, just to it's something to be a part of the group. But yeah, I wasn't a costume.
I've never cosplayed. I have friends that do. Eric Radcliffe,
yeah,
he cosplays as the Riddler all the time. I just never have. I don't know. I'm not saying that I wouldn't, but I just never have.
Yeah, it's not like for me, like if I cosplay, it's like the lazy cosplays, I said, Clark Kent.
Would be me too. Yeah.
Like you can go as like Peter Parker, just wear a shirt with the Spider-Man shirt underneath it and like have it open or something like that's something very like casual that you can do. I also done that with Captain America too. I had a Captain America t-shirt underneath it, a button-down shirt. So
yeah,
like that again, lazy cosplay, and I don't care. I know it, and I just do it for fun. It's not for cosplay. Like there are people who are dedicated cosplayers who are like, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that. They what's his name, Spidey Q, who does it. Like he makes his own mask, like, and stuff like that. Like I think he made the lenses for it. So the Spider-Man mask, and I just can never do that. Like I would never be able to like have the time and the patience to make a full costume.
With me, it's like I don't know, 99% of the cons I go to, I'm set up as an exhibitor. So it's like I'm representing Glastonbury Press. So it's if unless I was cosplaying as one of our characters, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense for me to cosplay either. There's very few cons I go just to walk around. It does happen from time to time. A couple of years ago, we went to Wizard World Austin just to walk around. But let's see. SM Down says, "Do you guys watch Death Battle, and how often do you agree with the results?" I don't even know what that is.
Death Battle. I think that's one of those. I think he means like or is it like super hero beatdown? Like I know Bat in the Sun does the beatdown ones. I don't know if it's something like that.
If it's something like that, or if it's like what is that one called? Where they had like didn't they do one like it was a Scorpion versus a Power Ranger or something like that?
Yeah, that's the superhero beatdown.
Okay, yeah.
That's by Bat in the Sun Productions. They do them. They do the superhero beatdowns.
Yeah, if that's what you're talking about, then yeah, I'll watch them on occasion. And I think I pretty much agree with the results of the ones I've seen. But if it's something else, then I'm not sure. So, all right. Well, I'm trying to wait for him to clarify that, and then we'll probably just wrap it up. Crew Attack, it's where they take people like Batman versus Spider-Man. Okay, it's not that. It's something different. I don't know. I'm not familiar with that one then. I'll have to look it up. Check it out. Maybe we'll talk about it next week or something. Maybe I'll look it up over the week and ask again if you're able to join us next week. And I'll let you know. I'll try to watch a few. All right.
I never seen that. I only seen that one.
Yeah, me too. Okay, so it's time to start wrapping up the show. So this is the part of the show where we talk about what's coming out, and going on. And I just realized that I didn't even bring up my bumpers or anything for the show because it's a chill show. Oh, well, I guess I'll have to do a little bit more editing on the audio version on this one. But that's cool. Jay, what you got going
on? Let's see. I did my review for the Lord Draken figure. And again, I had a pretty good experience with one. Like, as you can see, his legs don't fall down, shaking it. A lot of people have like a lot of problems with him. I didn't have any with mine, so lucky that was thanks to Ranger Liz who sent me that. I won it from her 1-year anniversary contest. So thank you, Ranger Liz, again. Let's see. I'll be doing a Power Rangers show probably Saturday. Yeah, tomorrow for Power Rangers Ninja Steel. I'll also be doing a command center then for Go Power Rangers Back to School. I didn't do on Wednesday because a lot of things came up and I wanted to do that on Wednesday. The Power Ranger review. So I'm going to do that on Saturday. Let's see what else. Frontline reviews just went up tonight, so go check them out. And Monday will be Frontline top 5 panels. Tuesday is Frontline Live. Come check us out on there. And then Wednesday will be another Command Center, which will be a review of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers number 31, which it's the new beginning of Beyond the Grid. So check that out. And there's also a preview of that up on comicfrontline.com. And I think that's everything for me. So check me out on Twitter at Comic Book Theater without the R, on Instagram at Comic Book Theater with the R, and on Facebook same as Comic Book Theater with the R. So
Jesse asked you, when is the next Star Trek show?
I was going to message you and Justin this weekend, so I'm going to be messaging you probably tomorrow about that, Jesse. So
cool, awesome. All right. For me, of course, you can check out my channel at Brant Fowler for Monday Musings every week, every Monday, obviously. I've been doing like the daily muse little tweets on my Twitter at Brant Fowler. If you want to follow that as well. Last Number Press, everything across social media. Haven't been doing much with the Instagram lately, but I'm going to be doing some stuff upcoming with that. Right here on Comic Frontline, Brant's weekly comic rankings on Tuesdays. And I'm also doing reviews and top panels like Jay mentioned. I think I reviewed 4 books this week that went up tonight. And so go check that out. West Coast Avengers, Amazing Spider-Man Annual, WWE, NXT TakeOver, and what was the other one? Mr. and Mrs. X was the one I reviewed. I think that's it for me personally. For Zone 4, of course, you can check out everything at Zone 4 Podcast across social media. So go follow and like and all that good stuff. And Patreon-wise, I'm still working on rebranding the Patreon. So if you want to check it out, the one that everything's going to be compiled on is currently patreon.com/lastnumberpress. You can check that out. Soon it will be shifting and changing to something tied to my name, and it's going to have all the Zone 4 stuff on it and everything too. So look for more updates on that soon. And, of course, join us right here next week for a brand new episode of Zone 4. I don't know if Chris is going to be with us next week or not. It's kind of up in the air right now. It's leaning towards not, but, anything could happen. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah,
so,
Chris. You never know.
Yeah, exactly. But, of course.
This is like Big Brother.
Yeah.
Expect the unexpected.
Exactly. Right? We could have a whole other show about Big Brother right now. No,
because there's a lot going on right now, so we could definitely do a whole show on that.
We should do a show when it wraps or something, or right before the finale or something. If we have,
I would love that.
Yeah.
All right, real quick, Brant. Yeah. Your prediction on who's going to win it?
Casey.
So your final 2 would be.
I think it's going to be Tyler and Casey, but and either way, whatever the final 2 is, I think Casey wins.
All right, because I don't know if you know how it goes, but they play a 3-part HOH. So the first one's normally an endurance one. The second one's normally like a, one of those puzzle racing back and forth type thing.
Yeah.
So it's like physical, mental. And then the third one is answer questions while you're on this big scale. You're on the giant scale, and you're like question A or B or true or false, something like that.
Yeah.
Who do you think would Who do you think would win the first part? Who do you think will win the second part? And who do you think is going to win the third part?
Well, unfair advantage. I know who won the first part.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
So we know that. So who do you think? Well, we can't even say that then.
It's kind of hard to say.
Then we know. Yeah, we know who won the second part and all. So but who do you think is going to win the final HOH? And then who do you think that person's going to pick?
I mean, Casey's been a beast with these competitions lately, and given who won the first one, I don't think JC is going to win it this time. So
yeah, I don't think he's going to pull out a win. Honestly, I don't.
Yeah, I think Casey's on a roll right now. I think she's going to win it, and I think she's going to take Tyler because they got that final 2. And then when it comes down to it,
I think Tyler's going to win the final one because he's normally better at the AB questions like that, because that's what the final HOH is. It's like, and I don't know who he would pick, honestly, because he might go the safe route and pick JC. He knows he'll win, but he might stick and be loyal to her because they are friends, and he does feel conflicted about that.
It's going to come down to if Tyler wins it, it's going to come down to loyalty or prize. Because if it's loyalty, it's going to be Casey, and if it's prize, it's going to be JC. Because I agree, he beats JC, but he loses to Casey.
Oh yeah, Casey. I think if anybody goes with Casey, they lost definitely. But she done all the competition stuff, but she had none of the blood. Like she didn't piss off anybody. Everybody in the house loves her.
Yeah.
Like the only people I think would vote against her would be Haley, because I think she admires Tyler's play. So I think she would vote for him, and Bessie will probably vote with her, and then Angela I think will vote for Tyler because hey, we're going to be dating after this. You can buy me some stuff with your money.
Exactly.
So yeah. And plus, Casey didn't pick her.
Yeah.
I read some interviews today. So funny. Like, everybody's trying to get her to say she hates Casey for that. And she's like, I'm totally okay with it. Like, the one interviewer asked her, like, 4 different ways about it. If she was mad about it. And she was like, no, I'm okay. They have a final 2 deal. It was before level 6. So I understand.
Yeah. It's like, and if she really loves them as much as she says she does, then it's like she knows how loyal they are. So it's like, why wouldn't they be? So it makes sense. You got to respect the gameplay of all 3 of them that are left, though.
Yeah,
they all 3 played a really good game.
Yeah, see, JC can argue that he manipulated the house, like, because he got Scotty out not once but twice. That was all JC.
In his words, his big dumb puppet Fessy.
Yeah, which I don't think Fessy would vote for him now because of that.
Yeah.
But I think JC can make a case, but I don't think he has a strong enough case to win. Where Casey, I think the big thing would be that she has no blood on her hand. But the mess up thing would be because it will all depend. Like, she says that she was the person who put Rockstar up. Rockstar might not vote for her.
I don't know. I think everybody in the house now they probably feel a little bit betrayed by Tyler. So it makes it.
Because they were all. Did you you saw this week? Bailey,
jury house,
Bailey, Scotty, Brett, and Sam all figured out that they had a final 2 deal with Tyler, and then Angela's going to say that they had a final 2 deal with Tyler and Casey. That's why she was sent out, because of the final 2 deal, and then they're all going to be like, yeah, we all had it too. Like, the only ones who didn't have it was Rockstar, Haley, and Fessy. That was it.
Yeah.
And of course, Angela didn't have a final 2 deal with them.
Yeah, which was really weird.
Yeah, I think it was like an unspoken final 2 because they're a couple.
Yeah.
But there was no clear, let's make this a deal.
Yeah. Fortunately for Tyler, he didn't have to make that decision. But Legend said, I'd love to be on the show for discussing the finale, Big Brother. Okay, we'll talk about it, man. If we decide we're gonna do it, we'll be in touch.
It might just be like a casual chit chat like this is.
Yeah, which would be fine. So we'll see. It airs Wednesday, so we'll talk about it off air, and we'll get with you.
Yeah, it's normally like a 2-hour thing.
Yeah, because they do where they get back together and all that stuff, right? Or is that like later on? I don't know.
Well, they'll show you the second and the third. They'll play the second and third HOHs.
Right.
So you'll see the second one played out. You'll watch the third one. You'll get some information with the jury. They'll show some jury conversation, the deliberating that they do. Like, normally Dr. Will from season 2 comes back and he talks to the jury and he's like, so why would you vote for, Tyler in the finals? And then because he goes over the top 3, he was like, and why would you vote for JC? Why would you vote for Casey? And then they'll all go through that, and then they'll argue back and forth. All right, bye, Justin. They'll argue back and forth with each other, and then they'll go back, to cast. They'll go back and deliberate more, and then you'll see them come out live, and they'll put their keys in and everything, and that's when they'll find out the third person will come out for that. And then everybody comes back, and they're like sitting across from. So like the jury's on this side, and then the rest of the house guests are on this side that got voted out before jury, and then they'll all just answer questions. Like, they'll ask them, "What was the most shocking thing you saw while you were home?" And stuff like that.
Right. Cool. Awesome. Yeah, I'm probably gonna eventually go back and watch previous seasons because I'm really hooked on it now.
You got all access.
Yeah. So I'll probably watch that.
I'll say this: the real good stuff came from season 6 on.
Okay.
That's when the really good stuff came. Like, before it, first season or 2 was a different format. I think they got this format around season 3 or 4. Like, that's when this format came in, and then there was slight alterations.
Yeah, Legend. Just to answer him real quick. I don't mean to interrupt you. He asked if I just got on BB. I started with the celebrity one. The most recent celebrity. I guess it was the first
one.
Yeah. So I watched that, and I got really hooked on that, so I decided to watch this season, and I got really hooked on that too. So, no, go ahead, Jay. I'm sorry.
No, that's all. I was done.
Okay.
So,
all right. So yeah, we'll definitely talk about that and see what we can work out. But yeah, so check out zone4podcast.com, Zone 4 Podcast across social media. Join us next week. Join us for Frontline Live Tuesday. And until next time, thanks for joining, everybody. We had a really good time.
We'd like to thank the official bands of Zone 4, the Ray Wall Band, and Society's Play that you hear on the show each and every episode. We are also proud members of the Comics Podcast Network. You can find us right here on Comic Frontline every Friday night live, and also on comicspodcast.com, Stitcher, iTunes, and of course, zone4podcast.com. If you have any comments, questions, or suggestions for us, send those to zone4podcast@gmail.com. And as always, thank you for listening. You are now leaving the fantastic Zone 4.
Bye, everybody.